Get ready for Hosts at Home. On today's season finale, she's been gracing your TV screens every week since December of 1982. A TV icon, a fashion trendsetter, and one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. We welcome the iconic Vanna White. And now, here's your host, who interviews the hosts, Adam Wurtzel.
Thanks, Richard. Hello, everybody. Welcome once again to Hosts at Home. Thank you for coming back. My name is Adam Wurtzel. Folks, by now you know this. I am a huge game show fan. I always say I'm excited on the show every day. Let's be real. But today, it is an honor for me to say these words. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our hostess, Vanna White. Vanna, great to see you.
Hey, good to see you.
Thank you for being here. We always ask the first question, where is home for you?
Los Angeles. I'm here in Los Angeles. Been at home for a couple of months. Busy cleaning out closets, garages, crocheting, putting together puzzles.
We've all been home just a little bit more these days. Do you cook a lot at home?
I am cooking 3 meals a day, and I am not a cook. So, but you know, who else is going to do it? So yes, I cook 3 meals a day. My daughter's here with me, and of course my boyfriend's here. So I'm cooking for us breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and I am tired of it.
I've always wanted to know this. What is Vanna's signature dish?
I find a bunch of easy recipes, a lot of crock pot stuff. You know, breakfast is so easy. Oatmeal, I make pancakes and stuff like that because I always did, when raising my kids, I always made breakfast for them. So that part is easy for me, but just coming up with something new for dinner. I mean, lunch is a salad or whatever, but oh my goodness, dinner every night. I'm just not a cook. I'm not a good cook. If I was, it would be different.
Your daughter is there with you. We watched your children grow up on Wheel of Fortune. You'd bring them to the show from time to time.
The cool kid and the injured cat.
Very authentic.
Can we get the cat to stand up?
Come on, kitty cat. Stand up for us.
Oh, how's your paw? Is it okay? This is very nice, but if it rains Halloween, she's going to drown. That's the only...
They're doing great. As a matter of fact, my daughter, she's 22. She is graduating. Yesterday, she turned in her final. She's graduating NYU.
Nice.
Yes,
my wife went to NYU.
Did
she? Did.
She? Oh, that's wonderful. So I'm very, very proud of her. So she's here with us. My son lives in Missouri, and he's safe at home in Missouri, and he's happy there. And we FaceTime every morning, so I get to feel like we're together. What else? That's pretty much it. I go on walks in the neighborhood. I work out at home. As a matter of fact, see, I'm starting another blanket. See, I crochet. I make baby blankets or whatever. So that's keeping me busy.
You can use them as masks for the grocery store too. It kind of doubles for both things.
That's a good idea. I have to think about that one. Yeah, come up with some mask, somehow to do it. I can do that, sure.
Let's talk about how you got to Hollywood. Everybody has a very unique road to getting to the city that you're in right now. Tell us about your story.
Well, first of all, when I was 10 years old, I was laying on the sofa watching TV, and the show called Rat Patrol was on. And my mother says, "Oh, that's your uncle, Christopher George." And I thought, I have an uncle on TV? I want to be on TV when I grow up. And so, of course, I pursued that. I moved to Los Angeles in 1980, drove out here in a 20-foot U-Haul truck, and pursued acting. And then in 1982 got Wheel of Fortune, which was awesome. Before I auditioned to be on Wheel of Fortune, I was a huge fan of the show and watched it. I even wrote in to be a contestant on the show. And they wrote back, at the time I was living in Atlanta, Georgia, they wrote back and said, if you're ever in the Los Angeles area, give us a call and you can come and audition. Little did I know, many years later, I was auditioning for the part as hostess of Wheel of Fortune. So that was 37 years ago, and I'm so thankful and grateful to still have my job, still love my job, and I'm thankful for all of my fans out there, our fans that love our show and watch it. Without you, we wouldn't be here.
I am truly one of those fans. Let's talk about the first game show you were on, because you were not, that Wheel of Fortune was not the first game show that you were on, Vanna.
No, I was a contestant on Price is Right.
Vanna White, come on down. You are the first 4 contestants on The Price is Right. And now, here's the star of The Price is Right, Bob Barker.
And I didn't win a doggone thing. But what can I say?
Not even the Rice-A-Roni?
Yeah, I got some lovely parting gift. I can't remember what it was. It wasn't lovely.
Wheel of Fortune for several years shared the same stage as The Price is Right at CBS. Was that like a full circle moment for you?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, as a matter of fact, Bob Barker and I had the same dressing room. I know. Small world, huh?
And that's funny because a few episodes ago, Bob Eubanks said that he had Bob Barker's dressing room. So this must have been a very shared dressing room.
Yeah, it was a nice one. It really was.
Tell us, Vanna, about the first time you met Pat.
The first time I met Pat was when I auditioned on the show. And my audition was where I walk out, and here's our hostess, Vanna White. I walked out, I was introduced, and then at the end we had 30 seconds or so to chat. That was pretty much my interview, and that's when I met Pat, and he was really funny. I really felt close to him, and but I didn't think I had the job at all. I was so nervous because I wanted that job so badly. I think I just blew it. And little did I know, the day before Thanksgiving in November 1982, they called and said, "You have the job."
Big day for us around here because we told you we would find our new hostess, and now we will officially welcome her. Please do that for Vanna White. Vanna! Hello there. Welcome. Do we know how to pick a hostess, I ask you, ladies and gentlemen?
And that was 37 years ago, and Pat Sajak and I are dear friends. We've never had one argument in all these years. Well, we had one. That was over putting ketchup on a hot dog. He thinks it's disgusting. I like ketchup on my hot dog.
Ketchup and sauerkraut, that's my go-to.
Yum.
So you get the job, but you get the job and then some, because back then there was a daytime version and there was a nighttime version. What was that? Was there one day you do daytime, one day you do nighttime? What was that taping schedule like?
It was just double from what I'm doing today. We tape on the average of 34 days a year, 6 shows a day. So I was taping 68 shows, 68 days a year when we were doing the daytime and nighttime version.
And just a throwback to back in the 80s, for $146, I'd like the ceramic Dalmatian, Vanna.
Yes, I wish I had it sitting here with me. I have one of those ceramic Dalmatians.
Do you really?
Yes, I do. A prized possession I own.
Wow, never sell that. Keep that forever.
Absolutely.
In the 80s, there was a phrase that people used called Vanna Mania. Vanna Mania. Was it ever difficult for you to handle this instantaneous fame?
I wouldn't call it difficult. I was just shocked. Growing up in a small town of North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and coming to Hollywood, going in the grocery store and seeing my picture on the cover of Newsweek, it's like, oh my gosh, really? And then everywhere, there was a period of time where everything was Vanna, and it was like, oh my gosh, you're kidding. But it was all good. You know, I'm on TV. I'm in everybody's living room at night. I'm not a big movie star. So people treated me like I was their next door neighbor. So it was kind of like that. It was a good thing.
Included in Vanna Mania, you wrote a book called Vanna Speaks. It was an autobiography. Do you ever think, hey, maybe I should do a sequel to that? Maybe I should write another book. You know,
I'm thinking about that. Now would be started. I have plenty of time on my hands. Thank you. Thank you for that recommendation.
Here's a pen, Vanna. One of the biggest changes on your show happened in 1997 when the puzzle board changed. Your job completely changed. Walk us through what that was like and when they said, hey, by the way, you're not turning letters anymore.
I was a little nervous about that because I like turning my letters, but they made it much easier, of course. All I have to do is touch the letter. But the main reason they did that was because it saved time on the show. After every round, they would have to go in and physically change the letter. So it took a lot of time to do that by hand. So they probably cut off 2 hours of production a day in computerizing it. So, and don't tell anybody. They really don't need me, The computer could light up the letters, but shh, that'll be our secret.
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting our new puzzle board. I'm all goosebumpy. I'll bet you $1 it don't work.
I've worn over 7,000 dresses on the show, never the same one twice.
That is incredible. And do you get to keep the dresses? You don't get to keep them, correct?
No, unfortunately, I don't get to keep them. But the shoes are mine and the earrings are mine.
I bet with all the time that we've been at home, I bet your feet are thanking you right now.
It's going to be scary when I go back to work and have to wear those high heels for 6 shows every day. So, but it's okay. I am enjoying it. As a matter of fact, see, I have my slippers on right now.
Nice. They look very comfortable. You mentioned production with the puzzle board. Wheel of Fortune was one of the first productions to take a game show out of the studio and go to different parts of the country. Now you go all over the world doing shoots. How did that get started?
I think the producer just said, it'd be nice to go places and have people feel like they're part of that place, because we did have special cities like San Francisco week. It's like, how would it be if we were in San Francisco? I think that's probably how it started. And so it just blossomed into all this wonderful travel around the world. And I think it gives our viewers at home a chance to visit that place without having to go there.
By the way, I have to ask this question since I am in Nashville. Do you have any good memories of doing the show at the Grand Ole Opry?
I love Nashville. It is one of my favorite in this country. It really is. And I'm not saying that because you're there. I love everything about it. The people are so nice. And of course, the food, being from the South, the food is unbelievable. And just the place, just walking down the street, everybody's so nice. And you go in there can be 10 different things going on in one street, all kinds of music and food and fun. It's a great city.
I have to ask you this question, Vanna, and I obviously, for my day job, host a country music TV show. Your answer does not have to be country.
Okay.
What type of music do you like to listen to?
I listen to all types of music. I really do. I like, because I get bored easily with the same thing. I like everything. I love a lot of the artists from Nashville, of course. But everything from Tony Bennett to Katie Lang. I love her music. Bonnie Raitt's music. Lady Gaga's music. Bruno Mars. I mean, it just goes on. I like a little bit of everything.
I'm going to create a Spotify Vanna White playlist when I get home tonight.
Oh, okay.
And now, here's our host, Vanna White.
Thank you, guys. Hello, and welcome to Wheel. As I'm sure most of you know by now, Pat is recovering from surgery and hopes to be back real soon.
You hosted 3 weeks of the show when Pat was ill. By the way, fantastic job. You really, you stepped up to the plate, Vanna, seriously.
Thank you very much. I was terrified, I have to say, but I was kind of thrown into it. But of course, it was very sudden, and I didn't really have a chance to say no. I just said, okay, I'll do it. And I did it because I had to. I had to be there for Pat and fill in for him. I wanted to for our fans. So it was a great experience. I enjoyed it, but I'm happy to be back on my puzzle board, and I'm happy that Pat is healthy and back at work.
And happy that you are coming up on your 38th season in nighttime. And this year, you have a new executive producer, Mike Richards, known for game shows. Have you guys gotten the chance to meet?
Yes, of course we have. Very nice man.
You know, I had a friend that worked on Let's Make a Deal with Mike Richards and had a fantastic time on that show. One of the changes that Mike made to Let's Make a Deal was he put a microphone on Tiffany, their hostess. Would you ever want to wear a microphone on Wheel?
I could, sure. I mean, I usually put it on at the end of the show when Pat and I talk, but I don't usually talk that much during the show because I don't want to interfere with, you know, the contestants and their concentration and so forth. So, but of course, if our producer wanted me to put it on, I would.
Vanna, that sound right there, that means it is time for our lightning round. Vanna, this is so easy. Here is how this works. I'm going to name a person, something from your past, something from your incredible career. All you have to do is tell me the first thing that comes to your mind, whether it's a blooper, a good story, anything at all. Simple as that, Vanna. Are you up for the challenge?
I'm ready.
First one, Bob Goen.
Oh, my coworker. The only person I worked with other than Pat Sajak, although Rolf Benershka is another one. So yes, that was more than one word. Sorry.
Oh, you can do as many words as you want. There's no rules in the lightning round, Vanna. How about Charlie O'Donnell?
Oh, our wonderful announcer, Charlie O'Donnell. Loved him.
How about April Fool's Day?
Pat wearing a wig.
I'm asked from time to time whether I wear a hairpiece. And I always joke and I said if I wore a hairpiece, it'd be a better one than this. But I do.
What?
I've never told you. I've never told.
In 25 years?
And I'm going to ask you to unveil. I feel so free. I feel now that you and I can relate in an honest way. Good night. Happy April 1st, everybody.
How about when Mr. Rogers came to the show?
That was a highlight of my life. I loved that man to death. He was the best.
Mr. Rogers! It's so good to see you. This is your home. People who may not know that, but you've done the show from here for a long time.
We love it in Pittsburgh, and we're glad to welcome you here, Pat and Vanna.
Of all the celebrities I know and all the famous people, when I met him, I was just speechless.
How about your funniest moment ever with Pat Sajak?
Ooh, there's so many. He makes me laugh every show. I mean, I literally lose it. I remember one time doing a skit for our show at the end, and we're sitting at a table, a dining room table, eating something, and I'm talking. He starts eating the butter.
Brought to you by the... Is that butter? It's captioning. Captioning is brought to you by the...
I couldn't deliver my line because he had me in stitches.
I hope he didn't have to go get his cholesterol checked after that show.
I know, it was disgusting, right?
Oh man, Vanna, you are amazing. Hey, before we go, I'm a huge supporter of St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. From the bottom of my heart, I just wanted to say thank you for all you do with your yarn line for St. Jude.
Oh, thank you for mentioning that too. It touches my heart to be able to do that too.
And a quick shout out to my little cousin Eddie, who beat leukemia at St. Jude. We love you, Eddie.
All right, Eddie, way to go.
That about wraps it up for us today on Hosts at Home. By the way, I want to say a big hello. He's been my friend for over 20 years, and he helped connect Vanna and I. Amazing hairstylist in New York City, Adam Siegel. Adam's done your hair, right, Vanna?
Yes, he has, and an amazing job. I wish you lived in Los Angeles, Adam.
We'll leave the hair to that, Adam. You do not want this Adam touching your hair. Trust me, Vanna. If you like what you see on this show, please hit the subscribe button and show us some love. And that's it for us. This is our big season finale. Thank you so much to folks at home, to everybody at home for tuning in. You know by now, on this show, I don't say goodbye. Vanna White has been our guest today on Hosts at Home. My name is Adam Wurtzel. Vanna, over to you.
Bye-bye.
This is your announcer, Richard Malmas. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next season. Till then, so long for now.